I'm all about depth. And a lot of us live very shallow existences. And it's okay, because that's part of the process. To meet our deepness, we have to go into the shallow spaces. Because we don't know what deep is before we know what shallow is. And then we can go deeper and really know this deepness, experience this deepness. So this is what I want to speak to. The deepness inside of you. The deepness maybe you forgot about, or maybe you're navigating through. And there's no end to the deepness. Like, we're always just going deeper and deeper. I'm always going deeper and deeper. So there's no limit to the deepness in which I can speak to you, and the deepness to which you can experience and continue to explore. You can just always go deeper, and you shall ask, why? Why always go deeper? Because that's what makes it rich. That's what makes it whole, fulfilling. That's what gives it meaning. That's what makes you feel bliss. Makes you feel like want to cry just because you see a beautiful flower. That's what opens your heart up. What's the point of staying in the shallow surfaces when there's a whole world beneath it? Yeah, you can think you're the wave. You can experience yourself as the wave, but you're always the ocean. You've always been the ocean. You've always been whole. Maybe we forget for a bit. We forget our wholeness. We think we are actually the wave, this chaotic wave, splashing everywhere. But then when you go deeper, you can see all the waves and know it's part of you. There's nothing wrong with the wave, but it's not you. You're everything that holds the wave together. That's you. That's me. That's us. We've just forgotten. With purpose, we forget, and there's a purpose to forgetting. Because then we get to remember. We get to experience ourselves as the ocean. If you are the ocean the whole time, and you never experience being the wave, you don't know what it is to be the ocean, you just are it. There's a difference between just being the ocean, which we already are, and experiencing it. When you experience being the wave, that's when you can fully experience being the ocean once you remember. It's when we experience ourselves as the ego that then, when we remember we're not our ego, that we can fully experience our soul, the source within, the divine within. It's when you experience fear and disconnection that you really can experience the connection and the love that you are. It's just like if everything was at room temperature. You know, our bodies are 38 degrees Celsius, I think. If everything was that temperature, and that's all we know, there wouldn't be hot and cold. It wouldn't exist. It would just be. Temperature would not exist. It would just be what it is, always the same. We wouldn't experience it. But because there's a nuance, there's a contrast, there's a hot and a cold, we have a comparison. This is how we know what is hot, what is cold, and what is optimal, what it feels comfortable. So it's the same with everything. I feel like often we're just so much in resistance with the way things are, and we think it shouldn't be like this. But it's not because it shouldn't be like this, it's because it's not the deepest you can go. It's not the full truth. There's a deeper truth. But before getting to that deeper truth, you have to experience that surface truth. We come to this world and we forget who we are so that we can experience who we are. If everyone would just come to this world, it's utopia. We live in full alignment with our essence. That would just be what it is. We wouldn't be so much experiencing it because there would be no good or bad. There would be no beautiful and ugly, no connection, disconnection. It would just all be the same thing. But we come here on the physical plane to experience. We come here with amnesia. And for a long time, I thought that that was something wrong with the world. That, oh my God, we forgot, we have to remember who we are. Like something, there's evil out there that made us forget, and now like it wants bad for us. But no, it's not even that. It's purposely made like this. We purposely forgot. Maybe even before coming here, who knows, maybe we even knew we would forget, and this was the whole point. To come here and not know who we are so that we can experience it. We can go through so much hardships and pain that we realize this is not me. And then we start connecting more and more to the me aspect. And if you've been human enough, long enough here, you know that even when you grasp the concept of something and you integrate it, it's like a wave that you move inside of it and back out and back in and back out. Like, oh, you feel so connected, everything makes sense. And then all of a sudden there's a period of your life, oh, it doesn't make sense anymore, and you're lost and you're searching. And then you go back into that, oh my God, it all makes sense again and I feel connected. And then you go back and forth so you can constantly re-experience yourself. And every time you uncover another layer, and another layer, and another layer, and it doesn't need to be more complicated than that. It really doesn't need to be. I feel like we complicate things. We're looking for wholeness. We're looking for ourselves. We're like, I want to find myself. I want to feel whole. I want to feel happy. Who am I? What's the point of this world? What is this world? What's my purpose? We're searching, but it's just there. And it's such a soft feeling to remember this, to come back home in this space, because the soul, the bigger aspect of yourself, like the ocean aspect of yourself, it knows that everything is fine, there's no good or bad. That the wave is fine. There's nothing wrong with the wave. There's nothing wrong with the ego. There's nothing wrong with the pain. There's nothing wrong with all this chaos in this world. Because it's meant to be. And it's such a just soft feeling to remember that after experiencing not remembering that. If there's just one part of you that's like, that receives this and it's like, yes, that's the ocean part of you. And maybe we think that the goal is to fully be the ocean and nothing else. But when you're fully the ocean, you see that none of the other things that don't feel like the ocean are actually bad or need to be eliminated. They're here to be experienced. We come here as humans. We come here to experience the full spectrum of life, like on this physical plane. This physical plane is a heavier plane. This is a dense plane. This is how matter gets formed. It's all these particles are so densed up together that it creates things that are solid. They're not actually solid when you look into a microscope. They're moving, everything is moving. This is not solid, but I experience it as if I experience myself as solid, as the wave, because we're on a dense plane. But then why would all of this exist if it wouldn't be to experience it? Yes, we can go back into the la la land of being a spirit. But in that plane, we are just one with everything. And we come here to experience this contrast, this duality, this physicality. Like even in our spiritual pursuits, there's no point in running from the physical plane, the physical aspect of life, the material aspect. Like I do see this a lot on people that are on their spiritual journeys, Then they try to eliminate the ego. They try to eliminate like matters of the material world, like, oh, I don't want to have desires, I don't want to, but it's all here for us to experience it. And when we release the judgment about all of it, it's such a liberation. That's freedom. That is freedom. But then we move in and out of it and it's totally normal, totally fine. But we experience ourselves. I experience myself as 𝗬cie. In this physical plane, I'm 𝗬cie. I know that I'm so much more. I'm connected to everything. But I can still experience and have fun with being 𝗬cie and living life as 𝗬cie and having my personality and stuff that I like doing, stuff that I don't like doing. I could take to heart doing videos like this. This feels like a calling. This feels like a passion. This feels like stuff that I want to share, that boils my soul. And I get to experience this and it's beautiful. I could know that I'm the ocean, but I don't need to blend in with everything. Because there's going to be a time for that. I don't know how it goes after life and stuff. I don't have all the answers, really not. There's going to be a time for everything. Now this is the time to live here and make the most out of it and go into the depths, explore the depths, experience them. Because we get the contrast, we get the gift of contrast, of duality. So this video just came out of nowhere. I actually wanted to film another video, and before starting to film that video, I wanted to get into the groove of it. Just put the camera on and talk as if about anything. I was starting to talk about my day and stuff, and it just naturally went here. So I guess maybe I'll publish it, because maybe I'm just meant to share this. Sometimes I get in my head of having to make specific content that's specifically niched, but I'm like, let's take out those labels and those restrictions and just want to show up here in my authentic light and share more depth with you, connect with you, and let me know what you think. Much love.